What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified of all the latest content that drops on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So last night, I think we'd all agreed that we watched a very special fight, and that was between Leigh and Michael Conlan. And first of all, of course, like to wish Michael Conlan a speedy recovery. But it was a tremendous fight. Now, this was a fight where going into it, I was a bit hesitant in terms of who to pick. I slightly leaned towards Michael Conlan just due to a bit of the amateur pedigree, and I just thought that he may be able to outbox Leigh over 12 rounds, but I knew that nonetheless it would be a tough fight, it would be a tough task, and ultimately it was kind of a 50-50 fight. But yeah, I did not expect what we actually got last night. And yeah, from the opening bell, it was a fight where you got to see Leigh's intent. Leigh came forward in the first round. He was asserting himself, trying to claim center ring. Conlan was sort of meeting him in the center of the ring, using some good feints, good head movement. And the round was pretty close. It was a little bit cagey, but you could see the intent of both men. Leigh asserting himself, Conlan sort of countering. Both men not doing too much by way of landing punches, but then towards the end of the round, it must have been the last few seconds, Michael Conlan lands a punch that really changed the whole trajectory of the fight. Great left hand. It was like a swooping left hook that he landed on Leigh, and it looked to have put Leigh out. It was one of those shots that was just so powerful and just landed perfectly. I think it was on the chin of Leigh. Perfect left hand, just right around the corner, right around the guard. Landed, and you couldn't have landed a better shot if you tried. And it looked to be pretty much over. It looked, for me, I was even doubtful about whether or not Wood was even going to be able to get up from this, but to his credit, he got up from the shot, and he went straight back. He looked wobbly, but he went back after Conlan and was trying to chase the fight. And whatever he got hit with by Conlan looked to shake him. The next few rounds, Conlan was on top. It was predominantly going his way. Wood didn't even look recovered in going into the third round. Second round, certainly he didn't look recovered. He looked shaky. He looked still affected by the punch, and it took really until the middle rounds. And throughout this fight there were certain clashes of heads and stuff like that, and it took the fight to really go from round 6 and further into the middle rounds for Leigh to finally sort of come to his senses and finally get to recover from the shots that he'd been taken from that knockdown. So yeah, it was it really did affect him, that left hand from round 1. And as we went into the middle rounds, it was still Mickey Conlan's fight to lose in my book, and he was still leading off. And Leigh, he was having a problem of just getting hit far too easily for my in my view at least. Throughout the rounds, he did sort of come back into it towards the latter part of the fight, but I always was thinking that, well, Conlan, with the knockdown and with his head movement, upper body movement, he was avoiding a lot of what Leigh was doing, and he was countering very well. And for a guy that was not looked upon as a puncher, Conlan did seem to be hurting Leigh with nearly, with the majority of what he threw when he did land. He did seem to be doing some damage on Wood. So it pretty much seemed all but over. as we came to the championship rounds. But Leigh Wood, to his credit, throughout this whole fight, even after the knockdown, he just refused to budge and he refused to give up. And we got into the championship rounds 9, 10, 11, 12. And for my money, I put in my notes that, look, we're in the championship rounds now. Wood needs a miracle. He needs something special to happen here. And, we got into, I think it was about the 10th, and he really started laying into Conlan. And that was a bit to my surprise, because I knew how hurt he'd been, and I knew he was taking quite a lot of punishment. But we have to give credit to his chin, because somehow he was still standing even after going down so heavily. So he was, Wood was chasing the fight towards the end. Got to 10, and it just looked like, as much as he was chasing, he would have success sometimes with combinations, but it just looked like it was too little, too late. It looked like what he was doing was good, it was courageous, but it was never going to be enough to win this fight. So we go into another key point of this fight, which was round 11. Round 11, just as much as round 1 was a key part of the fight, it was important. That knockdown changed things. In round 11, there was another knockdown, and this time Leigh Wood was the one who put Conlan down. Now, this is a knockdown that people have disputed. Conlan himself disputed, he wasn't happy. But what happened was, basically, he got hit with a shot. He didn't get hurt by this shot, not that I could see. He didn't look badly hurt or anything, or shaken, but then he simultaneously slipped, and I think it was some water that he slipped on. So he was complaining to the ref. He was, no, it's a slip. But at the end of the day, the ref said, look, a shot landed, so I have to count it as a knockdown. And I agree with that there, that, okay, it might not have been a shot that hurt you, but as long as a shot lands and then you drop, the shot helped you on your way to the canvas. So I get that point of view. And, so that made the 11th round Leigh Wood's round. And that gave him a little bit of encouragement. You could see that, he gave him a bit of encouragement. Conlan sort of came on strong and tried to chase the fight. At the end of that round, you had Adam Booth running to the referee and having to go at the referee, which I think, okay, you can be frustrated, but I didn't think that was a good idea. I didn't think that was a good look by Adam Booth. But anyway, so that round ends, and in my view, the way I was looking at the fight, it was quite close, but Leigh Wood really needed the KO, and I think that's what his corner must have told him, because he come out in the last round. I thought it was all lost. I'm sure most of the commentary and the audience thought it was all lost. It looked like he just couldn't land the right shot, but as we got into that round, he went forward, he was confident, you could tell that he really wanted it. He came in all guns blazing, and he was putting the shots together. And he hits Conlan, I think it was with a right hand. There was a shot that sort of knocked Conlan back towards the ropes. And then as he saw him on the ropes, Wood really saw his opportunity, and he seized the opportunity, jumps on Conlan and landed Wood, which what looked like, I think it was a left hook, sort of a wide left hook. And that punch, that left, I think it was, that landed on Conlan, literally, when you watch the slow motion, because I watched the slow motion replay, and you look at it in real time, and it looks like he just hit him and just the punch knocked him out of the ring. But it was a case of Conlan got hit with this, I think it was a left hook, and then he was literally frozen. He literally was, it looked like he was unconscious. He was out on his feet. And then Wood just kept banging in more shots, more hooks, and then that's how Conlan, basically knocked out of the ring with just under the bombardment and the pressure. So that's how the fight ended, and it was a horrible ending away for I must say for Conlan. Tremendous victory, tremendous comeback, but yeah, it was really dramatic how he's taking those shots and Wood's just bang, 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 just banging away. and then Conlan just slumps, just falls out of the ring, and that's something that I haven't seen for years. I mean, that sort of thing it's unbelievable. I mean, the last out of the ring thing I saw was Bernard Hopkins getting knocked out of the ring by Joe Smith Jr. And then before that, the most dramatic one I remember was Nigel Benn getting knocked out of the ring by Gerald McClellan. That was very, very dramatic, and Ben got back up, but you could see, you know, Conlan was just uncut. He was just out of the ring. They didn't even show replays, just out of respect to him. So anyway, very special fight, phenomenal fight, and congratulations to Leigh Wood on a tremendous victory. Great victory, great performance, great comeback. He'll still have things to work on, but yeah, you can't really fault him there. Brilliant performance and amazing fight. Gotta be a fight of the year contender. Let me know what you thought on this fight and what you thought on the outcome. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.